Hello, namaste everyone. Welcome to Spiritual Happenings. Now that we have learned about karma, let us talk about free will and pre-birth planning. Free will, pre-birth planning, and karma are very entwined concepts, and then they are very close to each other. Okay, now if I take a pre-birth planning, how does it happen? During the pre-birth planning, usually the soul group would come together. Soul group are those people who are a set of souls on the same evolutionary level, and they keep taking the convincible roles for each other to resolve their own karma. Okay, so they help each other. That is called soul group. And when there are certain soul group members who have two opposite tendencies. Okay, so for example, there is this man who has a tendency that he would always take the will of others, who would let himself under the dictation of others all the time. Then he wants to heal this through the same situation in his body. He would carry this tendency in his body again. And now the opposite sex or the opposite soul who has also an opposite tendency, like who inappropriately imposes her will on others or who inappropriately dictates others, has both of them have come together and they have chosen to heal these qualities that they have carried in their body in this lifetime. And now they have decided, with all this awareness, let's get married at the age of 40 or 35, and then we will clear this through our rough marriage with all the awareness. Now, this is their pre-birth planning. Now they have come onto the earth and they have taken birth, and they are in close contact with each other, and they have been in a relationship. Now this man has also this man has a tendency to take the dictation of others onto himself, lets others to command him, demand him. At some point in his office, he gives up. He realizes that this is something that I have to stand up for myself. And then he stood up for himself and he says, this is not done. Unless you give me the due respect, I will not work with you anymore like this. Then at that point, the realization of the karma happened and the clearance of the karma also happened. Okay, now these two people are in a relationship at the age of 25, 28 or anything. So do you think these two souls have to go through the same rough marriage to learn the lesson? Because this man has learned it earlier than the woman, right? He has learned it earlier than the woman. So he has used his free will not to marry her and not to go through the rough marriage all over again to learn the same lesson. So what happens now? So this man has moved on to the next lesson on his evolution with some other soul group member. And this woman, because she has this thing that she has to learn anyway, she had made a backup plan during her pre-birth planning that if this is not done, then I will marry somebody else and I will inappropriately impose my will on him, and I will learn the lesson and I will heal through it at some point that I should not be doing it this way. I should learn a lot of love and compassion. So this way, in pre-birth planning, we have backups created, and in this way, our free will works and helps us not to go through the same lesson again and again once it is learned. And in this way, the law of balance, which is the karma book, gets closed, or the lessons are learned. Here once again, it is understood that clearing of karma is not punishment. It is rather a lesson that has to be learned, and the sooner you learn, the less intensity it would be. Okay, So please leave your comment on how you find this video and let us know any such concepts that you would want to know about. Thank you so much.